Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ati'ullah, ati' Rasul ulul amri minkum. And always a reminder for myself, and abdukal ajizu da'ifu miskeen zalim jahal. And for the grace of Allah that we're still in existence. Bi madadikum min nazarikum Sayyidi ya Rasul Kareem ya Habibul Azim. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah ya Habibullah zilhalana wa ishfalana wa abiduna bi madadikum min nazarikum. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Sultan al-Awliya wa Shaykh Abdul Faiz al-Daghestani, so Shaykh Muhammad Nazim Adil Haqqani, Mawlana Shaykh Sham Kabani, Shaykh Adnan Kabani, Shaykh Muhammad Adil, Madad Khaliq al-Hujdawani, Sahib Zaman Sayyidina Muhammad al-Mahdi alayhi salam, Ruhullah Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, Saifullah Sayyidina alayhi salam, Thumma Sayyidina Bakr Siddiq, Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Uthman, Imam al-Hasan salam, Imam al-Husayn salam, سيدتنا فاطمة الزهراء السلام وسائر ساداتنا والصديقين. الفاتحة. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, what we have from our online family, inshallah, wherever they are, and all the khidmat and service, and our life is based on our service. This is a trust that was given to us, means write and link all these teachings together. If they're like beads, when your heart can link them, it becomes the tasbih in which you use. Our life is a life of service. That khidmat and that service is the owner of our existence. That service is the source of our rizq and our provision. The good character is the opening and the dress, means everything we do is linked. And as one is rising in their spirituality, the link becomes ever more present, so that Allah gives to the servant an awareness, arafa nafsahu arafa rabbuhu. Means one whom is arif and one whom is vigilant with themselves begins to become self-aware and vigilant of Allah, and nafs, Rabb and authority, all linked. Some would say Allah, and we've talked before, well it's actually the authority, Rabbuhu, that which is authority over ourselves. And that's by the self-awareness, the meditation, the tafakkur. If someone is not of that, they don't understand what came, what passed and why. Maybe they think it's bad planning or not right timing, incorrect investment, every type of external understanding possible, because that's particle people. And people whom are enrolled in particle crushing. Why? So that Allah teaches us nothing is in our hands. You can be the most genius, and when it comes time to particle crushing, nothing happens. And you can be the most ungenius, and when Allah wants to expand, everything opens. Because even finding the door to the tariqah was not ours, was not our cleverness, but was Allah's guidance. Means this is a continuous self-awareness, don't stop the self-awareness. When Prophet described that, "Don't leave me for a blink of an eye," within that blink you can realize how much credit you gave yourself. He brought you or you brought you. If He brought you, He'll feed you, He'll give you, but He wants from you. If you brought you, already the blink lost you because you blinked. That must be immense for Prophet ask, Ya Rabbi, not even a blink. Means not even the speed of a khatir. Don't let shaitan come into my mind with a thought that actually begins to take me away from faith. And it's a constant vigilance that, why is this happening? Why would that happen? How did it happen? So what they say in Tariqah, don't ask how and why to Allah. I think Sayyidina Yusuf has a song but he used the wrong words, because the question is never ask Allah, how are you going to do this for me and why did this happen? Those are two questions you don't ever ask Allah. Why is not for us, because Allah doesn't answer to us, astaghfirullah, but we are the servants of Allah. And how are you going to provide this for me is demeaning and takes away from the honour of Allah. And the tariqah is the particle crushing school. If it's done correctly, that's what they should be, otherwise God forbid a group of just particles. We've seen that in our travelling where you enter the room, the shaykh is smoking and 20 people in the circle also smoking. Chalabis, they do the whirling. And so, what kind of group is this? This, anyone from the realm of haqqaiq realize, what the heck is this kind of thing? So there are people that appear to think they're enrolled in a wave course, in a course based on lights and realities, but the behaviours are very particle, very material and dunya oriented. But alhamdulillah for those whom following and understanding all the 2,800 videos on YouTube is very clear curriculum that this shaykh, he talks about energy, he teaches about energy. His ijazah is on tafakkur and contemplation, which means his ijazah is on the wave reality. That's why many people are against it. Oh, the outside people, they say this and that, because they're not understanding a wave reality. So in this course of being crushed, Allah is that every subtle grace is coming to us, and the people of tafakkur continuously in a state of muraqabah and contemplation. So everything the shaykh is giving out is going to be based on that reality. So then the one whom is vigilant to know themselves means that they strong in their tafakkur. They don't put it aside thinking, now I'm busy for my dunya stuff. Your dunya don't come to you, does not arrive to you without this process. This is what Allah wants to show the student of a wave reality. Remember, this was when Sayyidina Khidr and Sayyidina Musa, the first test was what? The boat. It wasn't the last test, it was the first test. So bring the boat down so we can get the student's attention. Sayyidina Khidr brought the boat down, didn't destroy it so they would never have a provision, but put a hole in the boat so shaitan does not hijack the provision of that servant and use it for his own desires. So that why? The servant would understand that which comes in is not yours, that which comes to you in your life is not yours. It is Allah's entrusting into this reality. If you want to be the students of a wave, means that you don't care for the dunya. You may be given all of the dunya under your command, because the dunya version was Sayyidina Yusuf the 12th. Because we said in the dunya and the khawas versions of Qur'an, the 12th surah for dunya is Sayyidina Yusuf, and for the khawas the 12th hijab is Surat al-Kawthar, because it's now from the nines, powers of nines. So Sayyidina Yusuf character to reach to the holy Kawthar, and teaching that what Sayyidina Yusuf after all his testing, crushing, being thrown into the well, being taken out as asir, as a servant, as a slave, and being brought into Malik al-Aziz, and in the end thrown into jail for his khalwa. And as he came out of his khalwa, Allah gave the king of Misr and give the keys of all of Misr, the kingdom of the earth, the strongest kingdom on earth. He was given the keys of all financial responsibilities of Egypt and all spiritual responsibilities, that his father made sujood and kissed his feet. This is Sayyidina Yaqub is a prophet of Allah. So when people say there's no respect, you don't respect, this is shirk, those are shaitans, you throw them out of the way. You see what the shaitans are doing now. Qur'an is all about ihtiram. Even the magicians of Sayyidina Musa who were rewarded for asking, Ya Musa, you go first or we go first, what do you want? Giving it ihtiram. Sayyidina Yaqub bows down and kisses the feet of his son Sayyidina Yusuf for what he achieved. And we described before, said, the sun and the moon are under my command. So, oh, don't tell your brother at the beginning of the qissa. Why? Because literally the sun and the moon are under the command, and physically it was given entire keys of all financial wealth. So it's not that wealth doesn't come to awliya, it's under their command. So the shaykhs are very wealthy, otherwise how can the poor help anybody? So these are different haqqaiqs and realities. Because one time people came and said, oh, I thought you would all be like poor and have a guitar, because I see all your people are big belly people. I said, I don't know what Sufi books you read thinking we will all be sitting there with the rags on us and have a guitar singing chantings. So this tariqah is not like that, that's the tariqah of the books. But the tariqah of haqqaiq, no. They have the mulk of dunya under their feet to use in the way of Sayyidina Muhammad, and they're custodians of the kingdom of Allah upon this earth, to fight the kingdom of shaitan and to counter the actions of shaitan upon this earth, until Sahib Zaman Sayyidina Muhammad al-Mahdi appears in his zuhur to re-establish the kingdom of Allah and put shaitan under his feet. So these are a nearby truth that's coming quicker than people can even imagine. But in this school of tarbiyah and realities, everything is based on the tafakkur and contemplation, so that you don't miss the blink. Did I blink? The one who not meditating maybe not catching the blinks. That's why it's important in our life that when we sit and we make our tafakkur, our contemplation and think about how to make our energy and understand that through my connection everything is opening. When I don't have time, I don't have time for everything else, but I always have time to make my connection, because without that connection nothing else is going to open, nor will it stay open or can it be opened. Because if we're enrolled in the reality of a wave, Allah's going to crush the particle. And through our lives this is how we were trained, and this is how the ijazah for training has come out, is to teach them to connect. When they connect they have a strong understanding of tawakkul to Allah. They have a strong connection, understanding that what they say, what they do and every action will affect their condition. Allah doesn't change a condition until people change what's within themselves. Condition can be money, can be health, can be character, it could be maqams and stations. Because everybody wants some condition, but are they changing what's within themselves? Everyone wants a relief of a condition but they don't want to change themselves. So then tafakkur, they contemplate, Ya Rabbi, give me an understanding. That is my character okay? What is causing a difficulty? My character, my sincerity, my purity, my connection with the shaykh, not diluted with this and that or another shaykh or another place. That if Mawlana Shah Naqshband adhered so much to the sunnah of Prophet, because there's a whole different level of their tawakkul to the love of Prophet. He stepped with the wrong foot into the wash facility and was constipated for 15 days, which is a deadly difficulty. It's not something that people say, oh, no, it was severe danger. And he realized that just from walking incorrectly with the sunnah of Prophet, this is their calibre, it's not something that we're going to be capable. We can't even keep the connection with the shaykhs. But what they adhere to of the sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad, because again that's their understanding, their complete connection to Prophet, not to break the way of Sayyidina Muhammad, not to be tariq al-adab and break the adabs of the way of Sayyidina Muhammad. That's why then the shaykhs of this reality are teaching that everything is in a contemplation and everything is about my self-observance. That I think this was from me and did I think I became clever, or is this about I'm nothing, I make my connection, I make my awrad, I make my zikrs, I make everything so that I understand that whatever opens for me in life is from them, not from me, not my cleverness, not my anything. We've said you before, there's 1,000 shaykhs lined up to take my position. So 1,000 people ready, now what about your position? 10,000 people. Means Allah has people lined up everywhere, Allah's creation is everywhere. You think you recite special that nobody else can do it? No, tomorrow He make your voice go and the next one voice better. It's a khidmat and a service, Ya Rabbi, whatever you graced me with of intellect, knowledge, rizq, sustenance, what is it you gave to me is not mine. Whatever you gave to me is a gift from your presence, and I put that gift at the feet of Sayyidina Muhammad, and I ask to be of service to the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad with my time, with whatever Allah gives to us, with our ability, our aql, our intellect, our skills. And that's what the shaykh's asking from people, that if you have an ability bring it to the feet of Prophet. Live a life like they lived, was a life of service. Goes back to the beginning of what we started, this is the honour and the dress of our existence. This sunnah is an honour to be given to us. The Prophet is granting us this honour that I will allow you to carry my sunnah, to carry my way. And the skill and the ability that you have, whatever comes to you means our whole life was that this is at the feet of Prophet. What I'm in need of it I take, the rest for the nation. And whatever we're supposed to be doing for the benefit of Prophet in these last days for the arrival of Sayyidina Mahdi. Look at how the others are doing. They have more belief in what's coming for them, even if it's satanic they're believing. And our belief that coming from the kingdom of Allah, a great soul that brings honour and divine love and respect and humanity upon the earth. What could be a greater cause for being alive in these days than to see and witness the holy face of Imam Mahdi with good character, good actions, with everything that's been taught and continuously reconfirmed here. So it means our whole life is a process of tafakkur. Everything sitting that, am I acting okay? Is my character okay? Is my mannerisms okay? And that, Ya Rabbi, everything coming from you. And a reminder for myself that Allah brought us this far, Allah take us to the end. That everything is in Allah's hands, hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel, ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi aliyyil azim. That Allah is the one providing everything, every station, every faith, every belief, every action. And all we're supposed to do is have good character. Leave the rest in Allah's hands, but how to find that I have good character and I didn't break an adab was by my tafakkur and my contemplation. If you don't contemplate, it's like all day long walking on ants and saying, I don't know that I crushed anything, so you don't watch where your feet are going. So tafakkur is for me to be vigilant when Prophet Prophet of Sayyidina Muhammad is warning for a blink of an eye. That's the immensity of the danger. You blink and your thought went a different direction, and before you know it you're 90 miles an hour in a completely different paradigm. But when you're continuously in your tafakkur, you realize my shaykh is this, my connection is the shaykh. Whatever coming to me is from their du'as and at the feet of Sayyidina Muhammad, and then my life and my entire existence at the feet of Sayyidina Muhammad. And they crushed and they crushed and they crushed. Only then the particle crushes, because the particle is what? The particle is the one that came out of the ocean. The particle is the drop that came out and actually thought itself to be something independent. And how a drop can be outside of an ocean without drying? Its existence is so temporary and so frail. But shaitan boosts the particle to think you're special. So then the tariqah is teaching, no. When you meditate and contemplate and crush yourself and crush ourselves from thinking anything is from me, everything is from them, then my salawats, my zikr, my practices, my connection with the shaykh is primary. And as a result of that connection I see him in front of me. I haven't done anything bad that I have to feel ashamed, and I see him in front of me, and through that connection every protection is coming and every opening is happening. And only through that reality they realize they are not a drop, they don't want to be a drop, they have nothing to do with being a drop. And as a result Allah enter them back into the ocean of Muhammadun Rasulullah. So it's a continuous, the one whom is not making their tafakkur, not trying to annihilate, not trying to, then where is everything coming from? Maybe in the blink you thought yourself to be self-sufficient. And it just take a blink of an eye and before you know people, "Oh, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that." Well, you don't have time for it. It is our lifeline. The connection is the lifeline. These are for the things that people like in dunya. What about when difficulty comes? And we said before, there's other ways to see if you're a particle or a wave yet. You know when you have your scary dream and you say, "Oh, I fought off this devil, Shaykh, after you talked about this shaitans came and I was fighting them." Okay, so you're still particle because I didn't hear you say that I made madad. So, oh yeah, that's the one thing I forgot to do when the devil came and tried to attack me. That's again even in the spiritual realm, that you have to have trained and trained and trained, that you come back and say, "Shaykh, as soon as something came into the room immediately went into madad and fiercely went after it." So even when they repeat their dreams and different events that are happening, it's like a medical office. The patient talks and you begin to understand what's going on, what's going on. So there's an entire science in this reality in which we're continuously reminded in this holy month of Shawwal, drop the particle. And this is the opportunity in which to crush the particle, and that Allah because we're about to enter into the holy month of 11 and the holy month the 12th is the hijrah into the oceans of Kawthar and into the realities of Sayyidina Yusuf. So these are the immense days of realities and blessings, and we see all that is opening upon the earth, that is a forceful crushing of every particle, unimaginable crushing coming upon people that people can't even stand to hear how it's happening. And we said whatever shaitan is doing to these people in the physical realm, Allah is granting them immense wave realities, immense wave realities. That if shaitan think he want to crush and destroy the people of the heavens, he's making them and crowning them to be the immense saintly souls of the heavens. We pray that Allah grant from these souls that have come upon the earth with all the barakah and power that Allah dressing upon them, that their nazar be upon us, their blessings be upon us, and that the sacrifice and immense sacrifice of their suffering and immense torture and difficulty that been afflicted upon them, that they come to the support of those whom will remain upon this earth. That we are in need of an immense wave reality, and the lives of people who've been tortured and dismembered and put into immense difficulties is not something wasted. Allah granting them immense stations of light. These are the shuhada that are all under the flag of Sayyidina Muhammad, all under the flag of Imam Mahdi. And that Allah to keep us in the company of those whom He has favoured and dressed and blessed with immense light, and that their nazar be upon us, our families and our communities. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi sirri Surat al-Fatiha. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.